We did have a wonderful year through 2021, 2022. Half of it was virtual. The other half we tried to run would run a hybrid meetings where we would have both physical and virtual meetings. And here we are. The year has run faster than we all thought.
Finally, Uganda has got an opportunity like never before. In 117 years of Rotary existence, we have got the first woman president of Rotary International. And she took a decision that her first visit out of her mother country, Canada, will be in Africa. And she's going to be in this country for a cool 1 week, which is unprecedented in the history of Africa. Actually, in the history of Rotary International. But why? Why do you think this lady can say, I am going to Uganda and I'm going to be there for this? Because you Rotarians of Uganda are doing something good.
Now, they're not just called Kampala Miyenga Breeze for nothing. We are at the Lake Victoria. The nearest part to the shore is where they chose to come and have their installation. We're at the Kalanoga Resort. And it's a beautiful, beautiful breeze. A lovely, lovely place that if you in Uganda have not been here, please do come and enjoy yourself in this lovely venue. But one of the interesting things about this Rotary Club is that it is known for their signature event, which is the Cowboy Night. This Cowboy Night happens every year. Now, because of COVID-19, they've not managed to do this, but I'm sure this year they have a lot to uncover for us. The Cowboy Night is known to collect funds that allow them to collect money for the spina bifida neurosurgeries that they have. This helps those children that have spina bifida and are only taken to Cure Hospital in Mbale to be treated. So watch out for this club this year. I'm sure we shall have a Cowboy Night, but you know that when you come to join them for Cowboy Night, you're helping those children that have spina bifida.
You can now take your seats. The last anthem is one from Rotary. I'm sure many of you are hearing it for the first time.
With the wonderful breeze that I've just told you, and this wonderful club, and a beautiful president, President Cynthia, who is going to be installed as president, I welcome you to the Rotary Moment Show, and I ask you to sit back and enjoy and see what we unfold today as we introduce the new president of the Rotary Club of Kampala, Miyenga Breeze, the Rotarian and President Cynthia Baitwa.
And gentlemen, we're going to start off with norms of Rotaract. We stood in the order of how we are going to take them. A Rotary, rather. My apologies. Sergeant, I hope you didn't capture that. I'll be taking you through the invocation of the Rotary prayer. Then we shall have the loyal toast by Jackie, followed by the four-way test by SK, and finally the objects of Rotary by Rotarian Hilda. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all be upstanding for the norms of Rotary. Let us all humble ourselves for the Rotary prayer. O God, creator of all things, Father of mankind, we thank thee for inspiring our founder with the principles of Rotary. Based on the high ideals of morality, we implore thee to help us Rotarians to imbibe deeply the true Rotary spirit and to labor incessantly for the establishment of peace and goodwill among all people, for the elimination of all bars of color, creed, crime, for the removal of economic and social barriers, and for the proper understanding of the sanctity of human personality and the dignity of labor, so that all individuals, all families, and all nations may live in amity and fellowship and unite around the holy feet and hail thee as thou real art, our one true eternal and our loving Father. Amen.
The loyal tests. For what we have received and what we are about to receive, let us toast to the good health of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
In the same spirit, let's remind ourselves of the four-way test and why we are Rotarians. The four-way test: of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
In the same spirit, let's go through the object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster, 1, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2, high ethical standards in business and professions. The recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. The third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. The last one, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world of fellowship, of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service.
Tonight is a day for installing Cynthia, and she should shine through the day. I don't want to do anything that can take away the light from her. I've been privileged to be a president for the last 1 year. And when we started it in the middle of COVID. I do remember we tried to postpone my installation so many times, waiting to see whether COVID will go away or whether they would lift the lockdown by then so that we can have a fun-filled installation, but the thing kept on. So we had a small function of only about 20 people. I think we only had the board, the 2 boards meeting for the installation. It was a small thing at Rotarian Angela's penthouse up on the flats. Yes, but it looks like it was just only yesterday, but the year is gone. I thought I'm going to hang on a little bit longer, but Cynthia has brought everybody here to ensure I hand over this chain, and I don't have any plans of resistance. So I'll willingly let her take on the mantle and steer us for the next 1 year.
A beautiful, beautiful evening here at the lakeside. The breeze is beautiful beautiful. Like the club itself, Kampala Breeze, has just installed its 10th President Cynthia Baitwa. Now we know that the RI president is a lady, and I'm telling you, ladies are reigning. And I can assure you, anything that is touched by a woman is always beautiful and is always held grand to the chest. Now, this club does something so beautiful. It has a project that touches me, and I believe for everybody who has seen a mentally ill child or a child that is suffering, this will be one of those things that you will love to hear. It implements a project with Cure Hospital and also does that through fun. They collect the money using their cowboy night. Now, those details are going to come because I have a very wonderful person that I'm going to interview, the project director of this club, Rotarian and past president of this club, Rotarian Angela Semkutu. Welcome to the Rotary Moment Show.
Thank you for having me.
And I just learned something very wonderful about her. Rotarian Angela is a biker. Now that's something I just learned a few minutes ago and has excited me. But welcome to the Rotary Moment Show.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful for you to spare time for us.
Absolutely.
Now, when we come to installations, it is about celebration. For example, it's like that person's baptism.
Right.
I'll not talk about wedding, it's all another one. But we celebrate that leadership. We celebrate the handover of that baton to the next person. We rarely talk about projects, and the reason why is because we're celebrating the incoming president. But the reason I wanted you here today was you have a beautiful, beautiful road ahead of you. I'd like us to understand what you're going to do in terms of implementation, and also tell us about that beautiful signature project. I've had the guest speaker, the guest of honor talking about the different projects that you have, but it would be nice to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know, those things that you as the director of projects is going to do this year.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me tonight. As you all know, this part of the night, it's all glitz and glamour for Rotary. Yeah. But besides that, we do projects, and most times people think that we're a social club and we don't do projects. We do have a signature project, like she mentioned. It's an annual neurosurgical project where we go out into the communities and look for children that have exceptionally big heads, a condition that us medical people refer to as hydrocephalus. And we also deal with children that have a deformity called spina bifida. So we treat those children at Cure Mbale. We were privileged to have a partnership with the hospital of Cure Mbale so that we can be able to take care of these kids who have been stigmatized in the communities, who are out there that do not know that actually this condition can be treated and kids can live very well after surgery. Now, the partnership that we have with Cure Mbale is that for every child that we treat, we sponsor them for 950,000. Ordinarily, that surgery takes up to about 4 and 5 million. But with the partnership that we have with the hospital, we are charged 950,000. So what we do is we raise for every child that is treated at Cure Mbale, we are paying 950,000 for them. What does that cover? That covers for pre-operative care. And that means that the patient comes in, we assess them, do all the necessary blood work, we care for them during the surgery, and we take care of them a week post-operatively. So it's a very good partnership that we have. It's really affordable to those patients that would not ordinarily be able to afford this kind of surgery. So we do this every year. We fly in a neurosurgeon from Australia who comes in and operates at the facility completely free of charge. So ours,
I have good people.
yes,
One surgeon.
yes, one of the best on this universe
Yeah.
comes in and we operate on these children at Kiwambale. We do not pay him. We only pay for his air tickets to come in and offer this service to those children out there who have been stigmatized, who have not had the opportunity to have a life of an ordinary child, but could otherwise now be treated and have an ordinary life.
So I want to ask, before we go to the other projects, how I'm imagining I am in Kotido and I'm watching the Rotary moment right now in our little machete or in a community TV, and one of the children has spina bifida or
Hydrocephalus.
How do we get in touch with the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze? Because if I go, I'll be charged 4 million. But if I come through Kampala Muyenga Breeze, I will get it at 950. And actually it won't be any cost to me.
Yes.
As the person with a child. How do people get to the Rotary Club of Muyenga, Kampala Muyenga Breeze to get those children? Because I know there are very many.
Sure. Now, I'm not even going to say the social handles, because when you're in Kotido,
No,
I don't think social handles works.
no, they don't.
But Kiwambale is a specialty hospital.
Yes.
It deals with children specifically with those kinds of neuro defects.
Yes.
So anybody out there that has that neuro defect, we ask you to go to Cure Hospital Mbale. There's a team there that will assess and put you on the list to be treated. Because so many children come to us, but not all of them require surgery. So the best place to start is to go to Kiwambale and get yourself registered there,
Yes.
so that the professional team can take a look at you and make sure that you are a candidate that qualifies to be operated on as a hydrocephalus patient.
What are those other beautiful projects that you're going to implement?
Okay, so before I move on to the next projects,
Yes.
I want to introduce you to the Cowboy Night.
Yes.
This is a fundraiser event
Yeah.
that fundraises for that project that we do in Bali. So please don your cowboy and come to this event. It's purposely to raise funds for those children that we work for in Bali.
Do we have a date?
Yes, the date is here, November 4th.
November.
Mark your calendars. The venue will be communicated later on. Now, the other projects that we work on, we have a project with Chaninga Health Care Center. It's a mental, we have children over there that have mental issues and they need help with Rotary. So we're going to be working with the Chaninga Child Care Center to take care of those children and their needs. That's one of them. The second is we are doing a basic literacy and education project in one of the schools in Chisugu.
Okay. Just
The
here
Rotary
in
Club,
Muyenga.
yes. The Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze is in Muyenga. That's where we are based. So we do projects that are in our communities. So we help people in our communities so that they feel the impact of Rotary. So we provide reading materials because basic literacy is one of the core values of Rotary.
Rotary, yes.
It's a focus point of Rotary. So we do provide reading materials for them, for the children, so that we live in a world of literate children.
And if you don't educate them when they're younger,
Exactly. You have to start them when they are young.
yes, yeah.
We do polio.
Yes.
We want to eradicate polio. We work with the Chisugu Healthcare Center. So that's an ongoing project. We do immunizations every month in connection with Rotary because we want to rule out polio.
Yes.
We want to live in a polio-free
Polio-free world.
world. Exactly. And lastly, we are doing a project in connection with USAID. It's a WASH program. It's a water and sanitation program. We provide clean water to the communities that we go through. We provide clean water to schools, to communities that do not get clean water. So that's in conjunction with you said. We go out there and harvest rainwater, or we sink boreholes so that we bring clean water to our communities. As you know, water and sanitation is one of the core values of Rotary. It's a focus point where we do provide clean water to the communities that we serve.
Now, viewers, I always say Rotary is not just about having fun. It's not the stereotype that we're trying to eradicate, and I'll use that word. I know.
Demystify.
Exactly. No, but right now it's not just image demystifying. I want to eradicate it because it has built a huge bubble around Rotarians. We are at a feastful day. It is an amazing day. We're wearing beautiful gowns and lovely dresses, and we're celebrating Rotary, but we're talking projects. So when I ask you to come and join Rotary, I'm not asking you to come and wine and dine. I'm asking you to come and serve above self. Like you've seen Rotarian Angela, she's telling you the different projects that we're going to have within the year we have already planned. My final question, and I know you've got to go have your meal, my final question is, what are the opportunities of partnering with you within the communities? We've gotten a chance to have you as a project director. You're the people who actually get your hands very dirty. I know the whole club does. But you're the one who knows who is who in the community, who can work with you, and who else you want to work with. You have beautiful projects like water and sanitation. How do people get to you to work with you? Especially, we might talk about Kisugu, Muyenga, we might think it's only the affluent, but we have Namuongo down there.
Yes.
That is not doing very well. And
Yes.
I know that is where you're going to
Yes.
handle the different issues. How do people there get to you as the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Bridge?
The beauty about Rotary is that it's about partnerships.
Yes.
There's so many clubs globally. Ours is to connect with the different clubs and find out how we can partner so that we can do a project.
Yes.
You very well know the more hands you have, the bigger the project,
Yes.
the bigger the service reaches the communities. When we go to Chaninga and do a project there, the first thing we do is to find out the Rotary Club in that area.
Wonderful.
Because we do not want to go into Fort Portal
Yes.
and do not connect
With
with
the
the club
existing
over there.
club, yes.
So that's our first contact point. And then from there, we look at the local community. How do we connect? The local club there knows their local community, the local leadership better than we do. So for them, their part is to connect with their local leadership, connect them with us. And then once we get that connection and identify a project, how much is it going to cost us? Then we go out there and we look for partnerships from Chiwatuli. We look for partnerships from any other club. And then we say, look here, Chiwatuli, can you come on board with us so that we do a bigger project, more hands, and more impact in the community? Yes.
Now, if you thought I was going to bring somebody who was going to talk about the party and the installation, here we go. Rotary is not just about having fun, it's about serving above self. And for me, this is a beautiful opportunity to show you that we've just exchanged leadership. A new leader is on the mantle, but her plans are already set in motion by the lady who has just explained how she's going to implement the projects of the year. Thank you very much, Past President Angela.
Yes.
And now Project Director for the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga. Kampala Muyenga Breeze. I'm sorry, the name keeps going off. But thank you very much. It's been a beautiful evening, and the lovely prospects and the different projects that you're going to implement make Rotary meaningful.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
10 years is not a young age for a club. Therefore, the moments of playing and socializing must be about to end if they are still there. I mean, I know the club. The moments of having projects now. Cynthia told me that this year you are going to see it. And the good thing is that the year has begun. So the seeing is still available for us to do. I want to thank the other leaders who are with us here. And I will not go into that one for long. But I want to request our own change maker president, Bwire, to come forward. Bwire, I know you've served during a hard moment. But I also know that COVID was not only affecting Muyenga Breeze, it affected the whole world. So I want to thank you for completing the year. I know you had a very good team, and the team supported you. I also know that you respect the Constitution. That's why you came today to hand over the chain. And I now want to request that you hand over the chain to me. I know that you will. Bwire. Congratulations, Bwire, for a job well done. Do we have any change makers in the house? Change maker presidents in the house? Please come forward and receive your change maker president back to Russia. These are moments when the question is, did you actually have many friends or you had few? Now this is the moment of truth, please, Bwire. The change maker presidents have come to receive you. And congratulations. I now remain with Cynthia here. It's my pleasure to request, when you have governors in the house, they have come to install you. I think it's good practice that they actually support the installation. It's my pleasure to request PDG Bob to come forward. It's my pleasure, on behalf of Rotary International President, Jennifer Jones, all the Rotarians around the world, the district leadership for District 9214, and on behalf of this club, to receive you, Cynthia, to be installed as the 10th president of this club. Before we give you this chain, we request you to recite the oath, and then we shall give you the chain.
District Governor, I won't recite the oath, but I shall read the oath. I, Cynthia Baitwa, do solemnly pledge that I will be faithful to execute the office of the President of the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze, and that I shall do the best of my ability, support the District Governor and the Rotary International, and I will uphold the Constitution and the bylaws of this club. So help me God.
Thank you so much, our own Cynthia. It's now my pleasure to request PDG Bob. To the Rotary Club of Muyenga Breeze, please receive your 10th president. Thank you so much. And the journey has begun. This is an instrument you'll use. Start a fellowship and close a fellowship. I reminded our friends at Bulange today that when you have failed to manage fellowship, people will make noise and you need to bang it several times. But if the fellowship is enjoyable, it will only be at the beginning and the end of fellowship. Please receive it and use it appropriately. Thank you very much for listening in.
Thank you very much, our district governor.
Manhattan Gandhi is quoted to have said that the best way to lose yourself, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service. Rotary gives us, each of us, this opportunity to put the needs of others above our own. This year, we are imagining the impact Rotary can do in our immediate neighborhood, in our environs, and the world at large. Allow me to give you a glimpse of the Rotary year we imagine. Distinguished guests, our district governor, Peace Talemwa, our past district governors, Bob Nsubira, our chief guest, Emmanuel Katongole, our AG, outgoing AG Rasa, our incoming AG David, I need your attention. Our AGs in the house, our district governors, our past AGs, Rotarians from 9213, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, our district guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed honored to take up the mantle of presidency for the 10th president of the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze. I've been given this opportunity to serve as president, and I have gratitude in my heart for the confidence the club has put in me. I therefore accept the presidency in honor and humility. And I promise to navigate the club with together with the Rotaractors and the Interact Club. And DGPs, this year we are not going to just be a social club. We are going to do projects. The Rotary International President told us to imagine what we can do. Let's dream big. And this year, indeed, we are going to dream big and imagine and also bring reality in Rotary. This is a commitment, sacrifice, and zeal from me that I shall be dedicated to the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze. And the club is not only me, but the club consists of all the members. So together with the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze, we shall move and bring the club to higher. Where are the breezers? Breezers. We promise to move the club to a higher height. I want to thank the Changemaker President, Godfrey Bwire, and his board for leading us through the Rotary year 2022. In the same breath, our charter and past presidents have nurtured the club this far. It is our commitment and pledge that as incoming team, not only will we continue with the good work that you have done, we shall be laying more mortar and brick to the growth of the club. To achieve the growth we shall imagine this year, we shall work closely with the guidance of our past leaders, our Assistant Governor David Sechiv, that name, Sechiv, that one. But with time, I'll be able to get the name. And the District Governor, Pista Lemwa. My speech is in the magazines, so and because of time, I won't be here. I won't stay here long. But this year, one of the goals I want to do is club growth. We shall make sure we grow the club. We shall do our signature project, which the DG has talked about in Bale. Our signature project is about the neurosurgery camp, where we treat children with hydrocephalus and speeder bifida. And those are children, in layman's language, children with big heads. And this year, 2022-2023, we want to operate 50 children. And we also want to equip their ICU. And also want to equip their ICU. We have other projects we shall be doing this year. We have the Hope project. That's a school in Namwongo. We plan to work with the school in Namwongo and renovate their classrooms. That is working in the immediate community. We have a project in Chaninga Child Health Development Center. Those are children who are disabled, and we will be able to work with them. And then we have the Tuk Tuk project. That is the district project which has been launched by our district and our district governor, Peace Kalima, and district governor Peace. We want to work with you, and we shall be able to do the project this year under maternal and child health. We shall carry out the usual immunization every month at Chisugu Health Center. And we shall work with the baby clubs, the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze, and the Victoria Rotary Club. At this point, I want to welcome the newest breezers who are going to be inducted today. You are welcome to Kampala Muyenga Breeze. As I conclude my speech, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to our guest of honor, Oishtinisa Philip from Bunyoro Kingdom. I want to extend a sincere heartfelt thanks to the Executive Director of Equity Bank, Anthony Chituka. All the district governors in the house, all the district officials in the house. I want to extend to my fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors and our friends, thank you for coming. My big family, we are a very big family. Thank you for coming and supporting me. And they promised to join Rotary, but when I see them, they can even open up their own club. So did you think about that? I want to thank Chairman of the Installation Committee, Roger Mukalazi, and his team. Thank you very much. The place looks beautiful. I think you can all agree with me on that. I want to thank my children, my daughter Tasha. I have 4 children, but there's only Tasha who has been here to represent you. So Tasha, where are you? Can wave to the people. Now, my lovely husband, Oishtinisa, Geoffrey Baitwa. You know, You're now the first man of the club. Thank you for standing by me. Thank you for the love, for the support you have provided over the years, and the support you have given me throughout the journey and the work in Rotary. You have given to Rotary and a very strong pillar, always ready to assist where possible. This year, I ask you for more support, more patience, and encouragement as we serve the presidency together. So today you have two presidents, me and Mr. Baitwa. Now, Mr. Baitwa, the work is beginning today. I invite you to join us in fellowship every Friday, 6:30 to 7:30. And thereafter, there is Chimeza. As we serve projects and serve humanity. To my Breeze family, my Breezelet family, the Rotaractors, where are you? Yay! Thank you for the support. Thank you for the confidence. Together, we are going to imagine, dream, and serve humanity. We are going to laugh. We are going to build. We are going to cement friendships together. We are going to make our hands dirty this year. Did you've heard? We are making our hands dirty as we serve humanity. I conclude, a year spent in Rotary is a year well spent. I end by thanking the Almighty for his endless mercies and love, for enabling us to have this function, and we ask for his guidance throughout the year 2022, 2023, as we serve above self. I submit my speech.
Now, like I said, Jennifer Jones is a lady, and today we've just installed the lady, the first lady of the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze, Rotarian and President Cynthia Baitwa. She comes in to lead 45 members of this club. This club is one of the most wonderful clubs, I'll tell you, in this district, because they touch beautiful hearts of the children. They've done 200 children's surgeries on spina bifida. Now, it's amazing that this is a surgical procedure that not very many people have done. But this club, this wonderful club, this 10-year-old club, has managed to do 200 surgeries across Uganda. So if you're out there and you have this particular ailment, this is the club for you. I always tell you, Rotary is not about whining and dining. It's about serving above self. These are not doctors. These are just human beings that thought partnering with the Rotary Club of, with a hospital in Bale called Cure Hospital would be a wonderful thing, and they took this on. Now, the lady behind this year's implementation of the wonderful project is called Cynthia Baitwa. She's the president and the 10th president of this club. Welcome to the Rotary Moment Show, and thank you for allowing us to interview, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Carol.
For becoming
I really
president of this
Thank
club.
You.
Now, my questions are going to be very brief. You are the main guest needed inside there.
I know.
But I want you to focus on the year ahead. And usually when we ask about the year ahead, it's about us to reflect on what you tell us later on when we come to cover what she talks about. Tell us what you dream. This is the imaginary year. It's the year where we dream. One of the things I saw in the magazine, the AG said, we do not imagine or dream in the past. We dream for the future. What does your dream look like, and what will you implement?
Thank you, Carol. I'll introduce myself again. My name is Cynthia Baitwa, the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze. Yeah. And this is, I'm the 10th president of this club. And this year, we are going to make our hands dirty. We are going to dream big, just like the Rotary president, Jennifer Jones, said that you dream big. Let your dreams become reality. As this year, our signature project is the neurosurgical camp in Bale with Cure Uganda. And this year, we want to operate 50 children.
Amazing.
Yeah, each child, basically, these operations, if we do them from Sandia Hospital, they cost about 8 million shillings. Yes. If we do them from International Hospital in Namongo. They cost about 16 million.
Wow.
But we've partnered up with doctors in Australia and Cure Uganda in Mbale, and these operations will cost us only 1 million shillings per child.
Yeah.
So this year we want to operate 50 children. In addition, we have applied for a Rotary grant, Rotary International grant,
Wow.
to equip their ICU so that they can be able to operate as many children as they can. Because at the moment, they operate about 10 children per day. So if we equip the ICU, we'll be able to operate about 50 children a day.
Wow.
Because on their waiting list, they have over 2,500 children. And all those children need to be operated
on.
So this year, that is our signature project.
So, President, imagine somebody is listening to us right now and they're watching the program and they say, for 1 million shillings, I can give this club that meets in Muyenga 1 million shillings to operate on a child you don't know. How do they reach you? If imagine somebody's watching the program right now, you've just told us for 1 million shillings, a child will be able to get operated on and have a better future. These children with big heads, they are bullied in class. They don't grow up very well because of the stigma. So I'm imagining you who is watching right now, you've had the president say at only 1 million shillings, you have some change to spare, 1 million shillings. And this club is opening it up for you to come and give them that 1 million shillings for that extra 51st or 52nd child. How do they reach you?
Oh, we have what they call a cowboy fundraiser.
Yes.
Which will take place on the 4th of November 2022, and that's a fundraiser to raise money so that you can be able to operate these children with big heads. That's the children with hydrocephalus and spina bifida. Or we can reach us on the number 0752 347 386. That's the number of our treasurer. And with that, we can be able to you can reach us, and with that, we can be able to operate these children. But I'm inviting all of you to join us, the Cowboy Night. It's a night dressed up in cowboy. We're going to have fun, lots of meats, at the same time fundraising for these children. So let's meet on the 4th of November 2022. We haven't yet decided on the venue, but we have the date. So I welcome all of you to join us on that day.
So the Rotary Moment shall be showing you the location. We shall make sure to give you that information, when and where. The when is 4th November. Where, we shall communicate that. President, this is lovely. And the reason I ask you this is because what you do, I was amazed when I first read the news, the article. I mean, there's not so many people that think about those children, and thank you very much for doing that. Now you have the signature project. You have the wonderful Cowboy Nights. Please do come for the Cowboy Night. But I want to ask you about the other projects that you have within the year. What is that you really want to do in your year? And what would you want your members to do for you?
Thank you, Carol. Of course, we have the flagship project, which was launched by the district governor, 9214, because that's where we belong, and that's about the village ambulances. And with my members, they have pledged to contribute at least 10 village ambulances, and each village ambulance goes for $1,000. The beauty with this is you can take the village ambulance to anywhere you want, whether your village, whether your community. You decide on which community you want to take the ambulance. And I really want to thank my members because they have pledged 10 village ambulances to be given to their community. That's one of the projects we are going to do. The second project is we are going to work with the Chaninga Health Center. This is a health center in Port Portal that works with children with disabilities. And this year we are going to work with them to help them and sensitize them and help them to be able to have a livelihood and be able to survive in this world. That's the second project we're going to do. The third project, we are already in partnership with the Namongo Health Center, and we are going to work in partnership with maternal and child health. And already every month we go for polio vaccination at the center. And we also do a lot of sensitizing to call up the mothers to bring children for polio vaccination. Because as you all know, polio is the number one, it's one of the, what should I call it? It's one of the projects of Rotary sponsored by Bill Gates.
And we want a polio-free world. So
exactly.
And polio has been one of the stewards for this.
Yes.
Now, President, I know you've got to go back. I have one final question, and I know they are picking you any moment. Look into the camera and talk to your club members, talk to your directors. What is that you want them to do for you this year? That is something that they should see and make sure that they follow what you've said. Yes.
Thank you, Carol. My club members, Kampala Myenga Brace, this year, like I said, we're going to make our hands dirty. I ask you to join me and let us serve, let us dream, let us serve humanity. Let's make a difference this year, because a day spent in Rotary is a day well spent. Thank you very much, Carol.
Now, if you thought that euphoria was only felt by me, I think you've just had a day spent in Rotary is a day well spent. Thank you very much, President. Lovely, lovely event and beautiful, beautiful implementation of ideas. Call us back when you're going to do cure and all the other, so that we relate with what you've done. Congratulations on being president, and we wish you a wonderful year.
Thank you very much, Rotary Moments, and thank you very much, Carol. And thank you for the crew and all the members. We really appreciate it that you were able to join us today at Kalanoga Resort. And we will always welcome you to Kampala Myenga Breeze. And we meet every Friday at 6:30 to 7:30. So please join us for fellowship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
This evening, we're increasing our membership by one, in the names of Ricky Rapper Thompson. He's an African entrepreneur. Ricky co-founded the Safeboarder. Many of us have used Safeboarders. With two of his associates in 2014, eventually building the Safeboarder brand into an African successful business story with a presence in Uganda, Kenya, and Nigeria. A brief about Safeboarder. That is Ricky. So if I call you Safeboarder Ricky, please don't be offended. Here in Uganda, the business you do becomes your name. So Safeboarder. About Safeboarder, it started to do well in this country. Ricky started Safeboarder in Kampala city tours, sightseeing tour initiatives of Kampala on the back of a border, showing tourists the best of Kampala, of the Kampala had to the best Kampala had to offer using this border. Many of us don't know these sites, but with the help of Safeboarder at the time of its initiation in Uganda, many of us started knowing these sites, courtesy of Safeboarder. Because of his love for Safeboarder business, Ricky mobilized a few of his border friends, and he gave them opportunities to earn additional income from this border tour business through transporting tourists around Kampala. Ricky, in early 2011, struggled with education due to challenges of fees. By now, he had surely cut his teeth in the business world with some considerable success with a Safeboarder, riding and tour business. By 2014, Ricky was now an established entrepreneur in Kampala with thriving border tour business. Who knew a man who only had Mujiji, from where I come from, in my religion, he's a successful man by the year 2020, courtesy of Safeboarder. So big up for Safeboarder Rapper. Excuse me. Ricky says, Had he gotten a chance to go to school, he still believes that education is key. After struggling for all those many years and establishing safe border in Kampala, Ricky thought it's best to go back and attain at least something for himself. Establishing himself in the city tour with the border business, Ricky went back to school and finished his honorary level and getting a certification from Kampala in 2016. Ricky, I will not ask at what age were you at that time. But in 2019, he got an opportunity to travel to Sweden as a fellow under the Swedish Institute Management Program for Young African Leaders. He obtained a diploma in Sustainable Business Management and Leadership, a qualification he says has heralded him into a critical thinker and a better businessman. I think we can all bear witness to that. Amidst all that, Ricky has been able to be recognized with a number of awards. In 2017, he was awarded with the Young Achievers Award, Pakasa Award winner in 2018, Forbes Magazine 30 Under 30 in 2018, Promising Young Entrepreneurs in Africa. 2019, he was also awarded with the World Youth Award winner presented by the President of Egypt, Abdallah El-Sisi. That's the current chairman of the African Union. Africa's 50 Digital Champion in conjunction with the Digital Foundation Africa and Digital Festival. His personal life. Ricky is married to his wife, not Forrest Githinji, Nachanzi, Anita, in absentia. Between them, they have 3 lovely children, 1 boy and 2 beautiful daughters so far. He lives with his family in Kampala and regularly visits his country home in northern Uganda. As part of his introduction, Ricky gives us a life quote. There's no good life without people. Always strive to make people's life a joy. And this has been done through his efforts of Safe Border Initiative. Guest of honor and RC Kampala Mienga Breeze, I give to you Ricky Rapper Thompson.
A big round of applause for the new member who is due to be inducted. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me now to invite our chief guest.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, fellow Rotarians. Good evening. I recognize all the protocols of this house, starting with our governor, Peace Taremwa, and my very good brother, PDG Bob, all leadership of Rotary and all of you Rotarians. This is one of the most touching moments. I have seen Rick Rapper Thompson on TV several times. And I wish that one time I'll meet him and say thank you to him. And this is the best moment that we get to say thank you to a young man doing a good job. And may I invite my great friend and brother, Mr. Anthony Chitoka, to come and join me here as we do this. As Anthony comes, Anthony leads one of the banks that have really touched young people to do good in the world, young people to do some entrepreneur spirit that makes them serve others, and Rick Rapper is one of them. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. From today, you are my brother. This young man started Safe Border. I was chairman of the National Task Force for COVID Fund. I was raising funds for hungry people. Had it not been for this man, Uganda would have lost millions of people because he fed them. It is therefore my greatest honor and privilege that I also call our governors to come and stand beside you, Governor Peace and Governor Bob, because this man has done a good job. Oh, mind, if you don't have, I'll give him one. Do you have one? I can give him one. Okay, let's do like this. This young man should take the biggest honor of saying that his pin was won by the second Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, and that he has donated it to him. And for that matter, Anthony Chituka and all of us, let's pin this young man. And on behalf, please rise up. On behalf of President Jennifer Jones, it is our greatest honor and privilege that we welcome Rick Rapper Thompson as member of good standing in the Rotary Club of Muyenga Tank Hill. Oh, Muyenga Breeze. My apologies, and for that I'll pay heavily. So Rick Rapper, this is a certificate. This is a certificate that says this is to certify that Rapper Thompson Ricky has been admitted as a member of the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze on this day, and is signed by President Cynthia Baitwa and Secretary Oliver YB. It's got all what it takes to be a Rotarian. Value this, and Anthony, don't go. Don't go. I like, you know, you've got such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity that you put on a rappel that is been on the chest of one of the greatest men of this country. So please, all of us, let's hand over this, all of us, to this young man. Be proud. Always be proud. It's a great honor. It's a great honor, like you said in your opening statement, that the best way to rediscover yourself is to commit yourself into the service of others. That's it. It raises people. Raises people like Ahmad Rasa, my brother. He comes out and builds one of the best schools in this country. But he says, I am not going to remain the proprietor of Kaboja International School, but I'll also be a Rotarian and give back. Exactly. Personally, I committed myself that even if God took me today, a very big part of my wealth will go to Rotary International. Because we do good things. Because we do good things. We build more Emmanuels. But my brothers and sisters, we cannot build when we are 45 at the beginning of the year and 45 at the end of the year. We cannot build, we must grow. We must grow. And that's what Jennifer Jones tells us, to dream big. Dream big. Your mother club is 180 today. Dream big. And do you think we're going to be on your neck? You're going to be on your neck. Make sure that one by one, that by the end of your year as president, and not only an ordinary president, a president who is a lady, and a Rotary International president is a lady, a president who is so beautiful and the Rotary International president is so beautiful, A president who is a hustler with her husband is also in the same way our international president is. Go out and build a strong membership.
Well, it's time for us to go and dance because now I've finished the show. But one of the things I would like to cue you for, the Rotary Cowboy Night. It is on 4th of November. Do not miss this night. It is one of the beautiful nights that crowns and brings us the beautiful souls that are given the operation of spina bifida and those are what you would term the big heads, children that have water in their heads. The heads swell. The Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze partnered with Pure Hospital to make sure that these children get the surgeries. This year they want to do 50, but how about you there back at home? Decide to come and join this club and we raise a lot more money for 51, 52 or 55 or even 100 children. That would be a lovely, lovely thing for us to do. I have been humbled by this club's project. To look after children that have an ailment like this is not a very simple thing. And kudos to the Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze for having started and allowed to treat children with this mental ailment that attacks very many children across the world, and children that don't have any money to pay for these surgeries. Rotary Club of Kampala Muyenga Breeze has installed its president. Congratulations, President Cynthia. Tonight, we've had you promise a lot of things. You and your board are going to implement a beautiful, beautiful project in Bale. You're going to implement in Kanchaninga, and that's in your community in Chisugu. We wish you well. Do call us back to implement and show the viewers all those things that you talked about. I remain Carol Chazeka Koza, a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Chiwatire. And I ask you to join us again here on UBC next Tuesday and on our Rotary Moment channels on the YouTube channel at Rotary Moment Show, Facebook, the Rotary Moment Show, and on Twitter. Do send us a few tweets on Twitter. I ask you today, join Rotary. Come and let's feel the euphoria together. For it is only in service that you can feel the warmth in your heart. Thank you again for having me in your living room.